Salut à tous, c'est Kazoul. Allez, on reprend la partie. On va fabriquer 2 schnapps, du sauveur. C'est parti. Donc, alors il me semblait que c'était du vin ortie dans le chaudron pour railler la belladone. 2 de belladone. C'est parti. Ortie belladone. Donc, inventaire. Donc on sélectionne la belladone et les orties séchées. Parfait. Donc, du vin. Voilà. Alors, une poignée d'ortie, une poignée d'ortie. Voilà. On fait bouillir 2 fois. Donc souffler. Une fois. Ah non, faut baisser le... On va baisser le chaudron. Voilà. Souffler une fois. Voilà. Souffler 2 fois. Parfait. On prend la belladone, 2 de belladone. Une deuxième de belladone. Hop, on broie ça. Hop, parfait. On verse là-dedans. On fait bouillir une fois. Voilà. Et on prend la fiole et verser dedans. Parfait.
Did I boil that belladonna too long?
Donc là on lit. Ah mais par contre, ah ouais, ok, faut le refaire à chaque fois, on peut pas les préparer automatiquement. Oh, c'est trop chiant ça. Allez, bon, on va en refaire un quand même. Ortie séchée. Allez, du vin. Ortie séchée. On l'ajoute. Hop. On abaisse ça. Une fois. 2 fois. Ensuite, on prend 2 belladone. 1. Mortier. 2. Mortier. On broie tout ça. On verse là-dedans. Allez. Et on met un coup de soufflet là. Voilà. On prend une fiole. Et on verse dans la fiole. Allez, parfait.
Did I boil that belladonna too long?
Alchimie, point d'atout d'alchimie. C'est parti, on se casse. Allez, alors, on va regarder ça direct. Personnage. Donc ça c'est bon. Ici c'est bon. Alchimie, c'est là. Amateur. Pendant la préparation des potions, votre énergie se reconstituera. Les aliments crus et herbes de votre inventaire pourrissent 50... Non. Après c'est quoi? Ah, ça c'est bien. Niveau 8, ok. Eau de vie. Ok, donc nous on va prendre vendeur de potions non, les aliments crus et herbes. Allez, on prend ça. Art de la conservation. Arme d'ast, on n'en a pas. Pour l'instant, on prend pas ça. Allez, on va aller voir ce qu'elle nous disait en haut. On en est où niveau bouffe là? Alimentation 80. Ah oui, il faut qu'on mange là. Pourquoi on est gros comme ça là? 110, ok.
So, Pavlana, what have you left for me? Hey, this is a boy's cap. Does Pavlana wear it? Or did someone leave it here? She's got unfinished work here. Like she got up and went straight out.
Allez, on dort un peu. Comment on fait déjà pour mettre la... Je me rappelle jamais comment on fait pour mettre la torche. Alors, on va aller voir, paramètres, commande. Il n'y a pas comment on met la torche. Putain, ça le dit pas ça. Comment on fait pour mettre la torche? Putain, je me rappelle plus ça. Ah, la torche, comment on fait? Ah, voilà. C'est R, ça? Ouais.
What's that? Show what you're made of. Too slow.
Alors, 2,3 ça vaut pas le coup là non plus. Par contre 2,916 non plus. On va prendre ça quand même.
Dead, and robbed of everything, just like Capon left him, and there's no trace of Mutt. Oh, there's something lying over there. I hope it's not Mutt. Oh, a nice bit of venison, and something took a good bite of it. Could Mutt have been here? Mutt's nowhere around. Someone must have taken him in. It's not far to the herb woman's place. Maybe I should ask her whether she's seen him.
Alors. On va retourner là du coup. Allez. Mais c'était si loin. Ah ouais, remarque, je courais là. Là, je suis encombré. Il n'y a pas de fumoir là, non. Par contre, j'ai un plumard là-haut. Allez, on va dormir la nuit. Parfait. On va remanger un coup. Là, on est à combien, là? Alors, 96 d'alimentation, c'est parfait. Vitalité. Votre alimentation diminuera 30% moins vite. Le saignement est visiblement ralenti, mais si vous ne bandez pas la plaie, vous finirez par mourir. Est-ce que ça, on veut vraiment... Allez, on prend ça. Ok. Compétences. Érudition. Ok. Dans mon inventaire, j'ai pas un livre à lire. Lire. Allez, je le finirai plus tard.
Have you seen a stray dog around? I thought he was dead, but he's likely still alive.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen any dogs around.
Oh, Sakra. Do you have any idea where else he might have gone?
If I were a dog, I'd go to where there's food. There are plenty of fishermen around the pond, and they're always throwing out leftovers at the tavern.
Do you think he'd go and steal leftover food?
I don't know much about dogs. He could have run into the woods and started hunting. He wouldn't be the first or the last. There's a whole pack of wolves near Samine these days. Maybe your dog's gone feral and is running around with them.
Thanks.
I had a look in Pavlena's place in the loft.
And? Did you find anything?
I found a cap there. A man's cap. I don't suppose Pavlena would wear something like that.
You're saying she had some young man here? I'd surely have noticed.
I don't know, good wife. I'm just saying what I found.
Could she have found herself a beau in Troskovitz?
She's got unfinished work there. She weaves baskets.
Aye, she usually has a few on the go. But she took them to the market in Troskovitz. We've got nothing here but what we make ourselves, or find in the woods. Pavlena weaves baskets very nicely. Folk buy them from her. Take care.
Alors. Je saurais bien aller voir Matou. D, c'est quoi? On va aller là-bas. Allez. Voyons voir si ça vaut vraiment le coup. Putain, c'est dommage l'inventaire. Hein. Et j'ai pas de ceinture de chasseur. « 30 gros chênes. » Ah, on peut utiliser ça peut-être. Allez, ça on le lâche, ça. Putain, mais qu'est-ce que c'est qui pèse tant, là? L'épée, elle vaut 0. « 5-7. » Ah, 43, ça va coûter. Allez, on le prend, on marche, c'est pas grave. T'es sanglier là-bas. Là. Alors, point d'atout force, personnage. Ah voilà. La force requise pour toutes les armes sera réduite de 2. Votre force facilite vos victoires. Allez, on prend le portage. Voilà. C'est hyper important de pouvoir porter des trucs là.
What are you two talking about then?
A peasant like you would never understand.
Watch your mouth, you impudent dog.
Or what? You'll smear it with that excrement under your fingernails? But let's bicker no more, stranger. Perhaps you can be our judge. What's your name?
My name is Henry.
Then sit, noble Enrico, and give your verdict on our dispute.
Oi, don't be shy. Come and sit with us.
It's Henry. H-E-N... whatever.
Ah, any tanner or bathhouse boy could be called Henry. Enrico is nobilissimo.
Oh, for the love of God. Will you just tell me what you were discussing?
Ah, it's just that my dear friend George here is a vulgar louse who knows as much about the art of poetry as a baying donkey.
To tell the truth, my last encounter with verse didn't end all that well.
Really? Come on, let's discuss it over a beer.
Man to man, poet to poet.
But I wouldn't exactly say I was...
Sit.
So, are you going to tell me what you're talking about?
It's about nothing less than the very essence of the art of poetry.
And also about the fact that Michael here hasn't got his oats for ages and it's got his brain in a twist.
Kindly ignore our friend George here. He's been a simple soul ever since he was dropped on his head as a baby.
Freedom. I figured out poetry ain't to be found in inspiration from the muse. All the truth in the world is right there in ale, roast pig, and fucking.
To the point where fornication and drinking leave no time for actual composing. Better to forego the pleasures of the flesh and give oneself to art. Honorate l'altissima poeta.
Aye, aye. Keep your hair on.
Il y a un bug là
mate.
par contre.
As I said, he's not in his right mind. He once met an Italian poet, and ever since he thinks he's Dante Alighieri.
Alighieri, you dolt. So what do you think, Enrico? Where should a poet seek inspiration?
Well, I rather doubt it's to be found in beer or some wench's cleavage. Those might be nice to look at, but an artist should seek inspiration in higher things.
My very words. Let's drink to that.
However you look at it, you, my friend, as a worldly,
And highborn,
clever,
experienced,
intrepid,
unique.
in short, just the right fella.
You might be able to help us out with something.
What are you after?
Enrico, we are in need of an adventurer.
My name's Henry. H-E-N... something...
In short, Enrico, we're in need of an adventurer, a man of action, a man of goodwill, a man of knowledge, a man,
A fucking good fella.
a fellow who helps his fellow man, aspiring minstrels.
If only you knew, mate, what genius is sleeping in our throats. Songs just waiting for a voice to raise you to the heights of glory.
Imagine it. An ode to Henry, the hapless, hoe-wielding hero, harassing the heartless hordes of
The humans?
That's it! Hark! Henry the Lionheart! The only thing missing for you to achieve glory is...
A loot! We need a loot!
Alright, but where would I even get a thing like that?
In the words of the poet, una volta corre il cane, e una altra la lepre. He who seeks shall find. Or something like that.
And finding it won't be hard. We've done a bit of snooping, and there's only one in these parts.
It's hanging all forlorn on a wall at the carpenter's in Troskowitz. The house directly opposite the Rathaus.
It ain't no use to him, but he won't sell it, the tight ass.
While if it were in our hands...
In our hands, it will sing like a nun on Sunday.
And it will be the torch lighting our way from this provincial purgatory to the gates of Kuttenberg.
Torch? Shit, you wanna fucking burn it?
It's a metaphor, you ignorant oaf.
Alright, I'll see what I can do. Please just quieten down for a bit.
Praise the Lord.
Good to see you.
If you
Putain,
get
mais
hungry,
W marche pas, c'est
we
quoi?
have an excellent chicken in wine sauce. Mind where you're going. What do you need? Hurry up. I don't have all day.
Show me your wares.
Ah mais non, mais moi je veux pas du tout ça, moi. Je veux vendre les trucs. Il est où le panier, là? D'abord, on va te vendre des trucs. Pourquoi il veut pas, lui? Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on peut acheter là? Et on peut pas lui vendre les torches à lui là?
I'd like to do something about that price.
But of course. I'm done haggling with you. Thank you, and take care.
Oh, hi. Here's got a flow. Greetings to you.
I'll have a look at your wares.
Mais comment on voit le pognon qu'ils ont? Marchand 143, oui, ok. Donc moi, vendre... Ah ouais, 180 il vaut le... Ok. Moi j'ai combien d'or? 42.
Why are you wasting my time if you don't want anything then? Same to you.
The Lord be with you. They'll surely fall my way now. Would you like to play?
What game would you like to play?
How about farmers?
Let's play.
Alors, il n'y avait pas ça avant. Si vos adversaires vous détenez une insigne de même niveau, vous pourrez les utiliser durant la partie. Insigne, ok, doublement. Ok. C'est quoi déjà le... Info Q. Permet de s'assurer une légère... Allez, on
I
confirme.
hope Lady Luck will be on my side.
Donc alors là... Garde, garde, garde.
Let it be now. I want to play too, you know?
R utilisé l'insigne.
Maybe you should have saved it. Damn it. They're yours, lad.
I'll be right with you.
Have you lost your mind? You're going to lose everything.
Aïe aïe aïe, j'ai mal joué.
All right.
These ones here.
Waouh.
That's enough. Your turn. If I was you, I'd take it.
Good day to you.
Like this. Here.
Allez, il a gagné.
Ha! Ha ha ha! The money's mine!
Coming right up.
What can I do for you?
My dog got lost not far from here. Did you see him by any chance?
I haven't seen any dogs round here for a while, but I hear there's wolves in the forest causing problems. Just the other day, a shepherd boy from Copenina complained that his sheep were being eaten by the flea-ridden beasts.
Where can I find this shepherd?
Siegfried? He has a hut at Copenina. It's just below the castle, on the back slope of the hill.
And you haven't heard anything else about wild dogs?
Here, in the tavern? No. But there was a fella here who gets by doing a bit of poaching. He said once he was hunting when, right in front of him, a large pack attacked a deer. A mix of wolves and dogs, he said. That's not something you see every day.
Do you know where that was?
How would I know where he goes hunting? But I'd say it was in the forest.
Excuse me, I'm looking for a friend of mine. He's not from round here, but...
Let me guess. A dirty ruffian who ain't got a groschen to his name but acts like he owns the bloody place.
He was here then?
Aye, he was. He was larging it up good and proper, and then he found some lads who paid his bill, unfortunately.
What do you mean by that? Why unfortunately?
Because they're right ruffians who are always up to no good. But still, birds of a feather, eh? In the end, they left like best pals, but got no idea where they went.
What's going on around here, innkeeper?
Vostatek, Lord von Berghoff's huntsman, is a regular here. He might have some work for you. He's got a cottage near Vidlark Pond. So if you know your way round the woods, you could go and offer him your help. I hope he hasn't started drinking somewhere else. He's my best customer. one more thing. You're not going to believe this, but 2 local lads claim they found a water goblin's treasure.
Would you happen to know where I could find these lads?
They often swim at the other side of the Rock Tower Pond. There's a pier there by the dam. That's their spot.
And what did they find there? Are you sure they didn't make it up?
I thought so too at first. They're foolish lads, so I wouldn't be surprised. But then they ordered wine and paid with silver. Their purse was jingling with groschen.
You have a water goblin here?
It would be a wonder if we didn't, with all the ponds around. He's got a hut nearby. If you follow the right bank of the Rock Tower Pond, you'll find it hidden in the reeds.
Any other news?
Recently, a bunch of charcoal burners who have their kilns on the hill above the Kerchak Pond came here to have a beer. I started talking to them and they told me they almost didn't make it.
Why?
They said a pack of wolves came after them.
Aren't wolves afraid of people?
That's what I thought too. It's strange.
Did they tell you where it happened?
In a gorge above the Rock Tower Pond. They noticed the wolves watching them from the rocks. If you climb up those rocks, you'll be able to see the whole pond from there.
Did they tell you how large the pack was?
They mentioned 3 wolves, but God knows if that's all of them.
Do you have any more news?
By the way, we've put together this wee fight club here. Would you like to try it?
That sounds good. What's it about?
It actually came about by chance when the Miller Crazel and me bet on who has the stronger hired hands. Then other blokes from the village joined in, and it's become somewhat of a tradition. And that's pretty much everything.
Thanks, innkeeper. That sounds interesting. I'll have a look at the wares.
Comme il adore, 143, mais c'est mort, on peut pas vendre le gobelin d'or. Ok, parce que acheter, il n'y a rien qui m'intéresse. Ah, des impairs. Des 2 seigneurs. Ok.
Maybe next time then.
Alors, voyons voir ce qu'il y a. Map. On va aller au chariot retourné déjà. Ok. Et après, ça serait bien d'aller là aussi. Primeur. On va d'abord là et après on va aller là. Et le meunier, il est où le meunier dans tout ça là? Ah, il me semblait qu'il y avait un séchoir là. Alors, on va regarder la map. Nouvelle quête à la... Nouvelle quête ici?
Greetings to you, friend.
I'm dedicating my life to
What are you here for, friend?
Tell me more about these fights of yours.
It's really quite simple. You bet some money and fight against 3 blokes in turn. Our first fighter is Hans, a local musician. He may not look like much, but he knows a few tricks. Then we have Bohunek here. He works with horses, so he has more than enough strength to spare. And then there's Fiala. A good bloke, but Dorothy, his wife, has forbidden him from fighting.
I'd like to try the fights here.
Why not? But it won't be for free. If you don't have enough money, try to go and see Crazel at the mill. He recently bragged he was going to send someone here, but no one has come yet. Maybe you can come to some agreement together.
Fine. I'll go and see him, and we'll see.
Lads gave her a go, and when Clara had enough, they went to see Annie for a bit of rough.
What is it, you scoundrel?
I need a bath.
Certainly, my baths are at your service.
Prepare me a hot bath and wash my clothes.
Excellent. Pay up and we can get started.
22.
Nah, that's too much. I won't pay that much for it.
I'm offering honest services at an honest price. But suit yourself.
Show me your wares.
Deux fois par partie. Putain, 216, ça coûte un bras, ça. Et moi, je peux vendre... Je peux lui vendre quoi, là?
Why are you wasting my time if you don't want anything then?
Ok, donc maintenant la carte. Hop, on va partir ici. Toujours pas de pelle. Ah, là, il y a une pelle.
Welcome, my good man. Karl von Utterbrick is the name.
I'm Henry. Are you German?
No. Why? Should I be?
Well, you've got a German face.
Honest looking, eh?
Yes. And do you live here? Under the bridge?
You envy me, eh?
Of course. It's a real palace.
Well, don't even think about it. It's my bridge. And now you're here. You want to buy something?
You're selling something?
Of course. Gifts from heaven.
Gifts from heaven? What do you mean?
Just what I said. You're a bit slow, aren't you? When folks go home from the tavern, often as not they're pissed as a newt. And from time to time they drop something. Or even throw something down here. All nice stuff it is. See for yourself.
What do you have for sale?
Pas mal ça. Ok, chapelet. « 60, il a combien d'or lui? Et moi je vais lui vendre 3 torches, épée du chasseur, capuche de clerc, pourpoint. Ok. Et très bien. Donc... 125 il me reste à acheter. Panier.
Worried about the price?
Sure, why not? Finally, a reasonable sum. Thank you. And a good day to you, friend.
I hope you're not following me. Welcome. What can I do for you?
Getting any bites?
Bah! Don't get me started. No luck today. And again, I've never been much of a fisherman. Crayfish, though. That's another story. And they taste better anyway.
Where's the best place to catch some crayfish?
The other side of the pond. There's a shallow spot. They like it there. Not only is there a lot of them, but sometimes you find these, greenish, bluish ones. Something in between. My God, I've never had a tastier crayfish.
If you're so bad at it, why do you fish at all?
That's not the point. See how beautiful it is here? It puts one's mind at ease.
Well, best of luck. Hope you catch something.
Thank you. Farewell.
can't go any further. It's too deep.
What? What? What do you want?
Hail, fellow. Are you looking for something?
Hey? Why are you looking at me like that, you mysterious person?
You alright?
All right. No, I'm not. Not in the least, my dear fella. That's what happens when you lose your purpose.
What? Are you looking for something?
Yes. And that's precisely why Providence has brought you here to help me in my search.
And what's that?
If only I knew myself. But I'm afraid I've suffered the most grievous of losses. What I have lost is meaning to my life.
The meaning of life, you say? Alright, well, I'll take a look around.
That's a good one. And where exactly do you expect to find it? I've been searching for it myself for years in vain.
Here? Why here of all places?
This is where I felt I lost it. All those years ago.
Well, I'll have a quick look round.
Be my guest. Farewell.
So this is where the merchant's wagon tipped over. Everything floating here must be his. Poor fella. I can't swim. I can't go any further. It's too deep. That's bloody deep.
See you later. Say, mysterious young...
I'm not sure this is exactly what you're after, but I think I've found something here that might help you.
Oh, right. Some find the meaning of life in drink. That's not really for me. Though I have to say it's not bad at all as a source of inspiration. Thanks. And here's a little inspiration in return. You seem a little lost yourself.
Oh. Well. Thanks.
God be with you. Farewell.
Alors, voyons voir les améliorations du personnage. Compétences, érudition, combat. Si vous portez un casque, vous subirez 20% de dégâts en moins. Ok. Au combat, votre endurance se régénère 10% plus vite. Lorsque vous affrontez des ennemis plus nombreux, vous bénéficiez d'un bonus de plus 2 en force. Ah oui, ça c'est énorme ça. Voilà, ça c'est bon. Épée. De combat à l'épée en cas d'attaque à l'épée entièrement chargée. Vous regagnez instantanément une partie de votre endurance. Parfait. Gauche, gauche, droite, gauche. Droite, gauche, droite. Ok. On est où là? Ah oui, c'est là-bas, ok. Que c'est long quand on est chargé comme ça là. Ah, un archer.
God grant you health. What do you want here, you scoundrel? Why'd you barge in here?
I'll have a look at the wares.
Wow. Donc là, je vais prendre un arc, celui-là. Ok, moi je vais vendre. Tout le bœuf séché. Saucisson sec fumé. Tout le loup. Croc de loup. Deux fourrures de lièvre. Chapelet en bois aussi. Le chapelet en bois, ça donne quoi? Croc de loup. Donc là, ok, ça me ferait du coup panier. Marchand, vente. Et est-ce qu'on n'achèterait pas une arbalète plutôt? Une vieille arbalète de campagne. Puissance. Vieille arbalète faite maison qui a connu de meilleurs jours. Elle se recharge vite mais sert surtout à la chasse au petit gibier et à frire. Ok. Payer 57, j'ai 92, on va marchander.
I'd like to do something about that price.
Sure, why not?
Allez.
Aye, you'll convince me with that price. Thank you, and a good day to you, friend. What do you need? Hurry up. I don't have all day.
I heard you could teach me something.
Sure, why not? If you pay me, I'll teach you a few of my tricks. What are you interested in?
Can you explain to me the archery contest rules?
It's simple. Listen. You get your arrows or bolts, stand on your mark, and shoot your target. Aiming to get the most points. You get 1 point for the outer ring, 2 for the next, and 5 for the bullseye. Plus, if you finish shooting first, you get an extra 3 points on top. We've got 3 competition levels, from beginner up to master. The more experienced the archers, the more arrows or bolts they get, and the more they wager. Simple, eh?
Allez, on va essayer.
I'd like to compete at archery.
Your first time, eh? I don't remember your face from any previous contests. What's it to be? Longbow or crossbow?
I think it's a good day for a longbow.
All right. I'll get everything ready and find some fellas, but first you need something to shoot from. Come back when you're ready. Arrows I can give you, but I want to see you carrying a bow, got it?
Alors, ok. Donc ça, là, inventaire. Voilà. Flèche de chasse ici.
What do you need, my friend?
Allez, on va faire un concours d'art. Bon, non, je le ferai plus tard. Allez, si on va
I'd like
faire.
to compete at archery.
What's it to be? Longbow or crossbow?
Maybe longbow?
All right. So what do you feel up to? Want to compete with beginners, advanced archers, or masters?
Non, non,
of course,
débutant.
it's tougher against masters, but you can win more.
Nah, I'd rather not get ahead of myself. I'll try my luck against beginners.
Fine. Of course, it ain't for free, though. Have you got something to wager?
Hang on. I'll see how much I have. Yeah, here it is. So, can we start?
Wait a while until I get the other archers. Meanwhile, you can get ready and wait for the signal. Take up your positions. And go!
Alors, maintenir pour bander l'arc, relâcher pour décocher. Ok.
I can live with that. Slowly but surely.
Et pourquoi il sort pas, moi?
I'm all thumbs today. 2 more points in the bag. I can live with that. Slowly but surely.
Mais j'arrive pas à le mettre. Qu'est-ce que c'est ce bordel? Mais pourquoi il veut pas? Putain, je peux pas tirer, con. Qu'est-ce que c'est ce bordel, con? Alors ça, et flèche de tournoi. Voilà.
I won again! Greetings.
G'day, g'day.
Ooh, we should get going. How can I help you today, friend?
Bon, je le ferai un peu plus tard, ça. Je m'améliorerai plus tard. Je suis trop encombré, alors voyons voir. Ça veut dire quoi, ça?
What happened? You look worried.
My husband Vostatek left to go hunting and hasn't come back. I'm worried that something happened to him. He's von Burgo's lead huntsman, and the forest is full of poachers these days.
Maybe he just got caught up somewhere.
Not a chance. We're invited to young Lord Semin's wedding. He wouldn't dare miss that by wandering around the woods for so long. What would Lord Semin think if we didn't show up? It would be a disgrace. He sometimes loses track of time out in the woods, but I've got a really bad feeling about it this time. One time, Vostatek didn't come home for 4 days after his horse broke its leg in the woods. I had a feeling right away that something bad had happened.
Bon, allez, je vais aller chercher, lui.
And I have that same feeling now. Do you reckon you could help me?
Do you know where he might be? Where is his hunting ground?
In all the forests here around Vidlak Pond. He didn't tell me exactly where he was going, but maybe Vitek knows.
Vitek?
Our son.
So your husband got lost when he was out hunting, and you want me to go and find him?
I'd go myself, but Vostatek doesn't want me going to the woods on my own. He says it's dangerous. But you look like a fearless lad, and I'll be sure to reward you for your efforts.
What can I expect in return for helping you?
I can give you some groschen. We aren't too badly off. But above all, if you help him, you'll be in his good books. And everyone wants to be in my Vostatek's good books.
Why did Vostatek forbid you from going to the forest? Is it really that dangerous?
Je suis dégueulasse avec du sang partout sur la gueule. Hein.
What could you meet in the forest that's worse than an angry boar?
Well, people, of course. All sorts of cutthroats and thieves hide out in those woods. So watch your back.
I'll keep that in mind. All right. I'll bring Vostatek back to you.
Thank you. I wouldn't send you if I didn't think it was necessary, but I have a really bad feeling about this. Before you leave, please make sure to talk to Vitek. Maybe he'd know where his father was headed.
All right. I'll let you know as soon as I find something.
Be careful out there.
See you soon, my friend. It happens! Just watch where you're going next time.
What will it be?
I'm looking for your father. Did he mention where he was headed?
Ma talked you into it, didn't she? I'd be willing to bet he just got wasted as usual. He's nothing but a drunkard. It's no secret.
Do you even realize what's at stake here? The woods are a dangerous place. Do you really want something to happen to him? Your mother would be a widow, and you'd be an orphan. Who'd take care of you then? As soon as Laura von Berghoff found a new huntsman, he'd have him move into your cottage, and you'd have to leave. Or do you have a sack full of groschen stashed away somewhere, so you could go and buy a new house in Prague?
Kurva, all right, shut up already. I'm not stupid. Father may be a drunken bastard, and living with him is a chore. But Mother still loves him. I'll help you, but only for our sake.
Where did he go? Tell me.
The last thing he said was he found a dead deer near the pond, and he wanted to go and see if there were any wolves about. So I'd go down below the cottage, walk along the shore, and then turn north into the old forest. If he didn't get boozed up and forget, that is. Wouldn't be the first time.
Shouldn't you be looking for your father? You can come with me.
Ha! Forget about it. I'm sure it'll end with you dragging his drunken arse home anyway, and I'd rather avoid that.
Be that as it may, I'm going out to look for him.
No need to rush. At least it would give him time to sleep it off and come home on his own.
Est-ce qu'on a gagné des points là? Ah, niveau 8. Si votre charisme est supérieur à 20, votre armure comptera 15 points de plus. Tuer un adversaire en combat. Allez, on prend ça. Votre attaque à l'arme rouge seront plus dures à bloquer avec un bouclier. Les armes d'ast prendront les dégâts. Allez, on fait ça. Adresse au tir. Putain, faut vraiment que je trouve mon cheval parce que c'est pénible. Qu'est-ce que c'est qui nous pèse de temps là? Il veut pas me parler. Elle est où la meule d'affûtage là? On va affûter notre épée là. Allez.
This one is sharpened already.
Good afternoon.
I'll have a look at your wares. Let's talk about the price.
All right. Why not? All right, then. Thanks. And have a nice day, friend. Ave Maria.
Since you're always walking around the ponds here, did you notice a stray dog wandering about?
What? A dog? Do you think he came here to poach fish? Now sheep? Well, that would be another story.
And why did you specifically mention sheep?
A while back I heard Siegfried the shepherd complaining about them. Or about the gamekeeper. Or both. Why didn't you go and ask him yourself?
Where will I find that shepherd?
Siegfried, he lives with his sheep not far from here. On the other side of the water, up on the hill, towards the castle.
Thanks. I'll try and ask him. Otherwise, you haven't heard any talk of stray dogs around here, have you?
No, if it doesn't have fins and scales, I'm not interested in it. Though one night I was way down on the southern end of Rock Tower Pond, the big one. I've a spot there where I catch catfish. Well, I'm fishing, and all of a sudden I hear howling. Not just any old howling, mind you. There must have been at least 50 of them howling in the woods. A noise like an avalanche. I ran straight home and haven't been back there since.
Such a large pack.
Farewell, my friend.
Allez. Ça va être long, on va voir si on peut pas virer des trucs. Ça non. C'est dommage, ça rapporte du pognon tout ça. « 5,7 ». Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on a eu d'amélioration là? Vitalité. Alimentation, si vous abstenez de trop manger, de trop boire, et que vous n'êtes pas affamé pendant 3 jours de suite, votre endurance... Pendant que vous pratiquez l'alchimie, que vous forgez, que vous affûtez... On va prendre ça. Qu'est-ce que c'est qui pèse lourd encore dans mon inventaire? Merde, mais les oreilles de loup, il les a pas... Je l'ai pas vendu à l'autre artiste, là. Bon, c'est pas grave, allez hop, on marche. On va juste mettre 3 heures à arriver. Il est où le nid là? Ah là. Merde, et la flèche, elle est où? Allez, c'est beau hein, quand même, purée. Très bien fait ce jeu. Magnifique. Ouais, après là, après le berger ici. On peut pas courir, hein, c'est chiant. Faut vraiment que je vende tout là.
What are you looking for?
Oh, I found this parchment close by, and if you ask me, it's a map to, well, something.
What, exactly? You can't leave me hanging like that.
All right, well, I'm hoping it's a treasure map that will lead me to my fortune.
Well, how about you show it to me? I'm pretty familiar with these parts. I might be able to help you.
Yeah, right. And then you keep the treasure as a reward for your help, eh? No way. As they say, finders keepers. And it was me who fished it out of the dead man's pocket, so it's mine. Besides, by the look of you, you'd only get yourself killed looking for it. A townie out in the woods. Ha ha ha!
Me? A townie? I was pretty much born in the woods. I was nursed by a bear and rode a wolf's back before I took my first steps.
As if. You're full of shit.
Nah, maybe a little. But I do know the area. Believe me, all it takes is one wrong turn and you'll be walking into a band of cutthroats. And if they find that map on you, and you're unable to tell them where to hunt for the treasure, well, God help you. That's all I'm saying.
You mean they'd want to kill me?
No, not that. No, not right away, anyway. They'd probably torture you first. Something similar happened just the other day, beyond those trees. They found the poor sod half-skinned. Horrible way to go.
Look, you know what? This is more of a job for someone like you. Why don't you take the map? I'd rather not be caught with it.
Really? I don't want to deprive you of what's yours.
No, I insist. Here, think of it as a gift, and enjoy it in good health.
Well, much obliged.
The pleasure's all mine. Farewell, and God bless.
Allez, une carte au trésor, c'est parfait.
Praise God.
What a nice maypole. It'd be a shame if something...
What?
Nothing. Nothing. Really, very nice.
I'll say, the best in the county. Do you know why?
No.
Because it's the only one. We top with the one in Shelyoff. They never saw it coming. Nobody gets the better of us. I don't think they're going to try anything after that beating anyway. Even if they do, Hennick will raise the alarm and we'll kick their asses again. I wish you a blessed evening.
God almighty, what have I done to deserve this? Get out of my sight.
God grant you help.
Innkeeper, a beer! Who knows what's really in it, and what they've made up? And if only lying was the worst of it. But you know full well they steal and kill and rape defenseless women.
That's a beautiful maypole you have there. You don't see that every day. I reckon all the other villagers must envy you.
They sure do. Them Geliovites try to steal it, but our fellas kick their asses. Why are you so interested in it anyway?
I know from experience how hard it is to guard a maypole like that. I used to stand guard myself.
Well, there you go. Then I'm sure you know what it's like to be envied by everyone around. And if someone had bad intentions, Hennick would show them how we do things here in Tachov. That's the one thing he's good for.
I wanted to ask about Hennick.
What about him?
Did he do something to you? Sounds like you're not exactly fond of him.
Aye, I'm not. He's been getting on my nerves ever since he got together with our manker. I'm afraid he'll mess with her head and run off with her. Just like his bloody brothers did.
Where did they go?
What do I know? One day they just packed up and wandered off. Their village wasn't good enough for them, I reckon. I wouldn't mind if someone went and beat the thought of Manker out of his head. Maybe someone not from around here.
Why not? I could manage that.
He's not much of a fighter, but I reckon if you call him a vagrant or something, it'll surely rile him up. And I'll remember you did me a little favor.
What's new around here?
You should pay a visit to Old Mouth sometime. He's our local storyteller, you know. He could tell you all sorts of interesting things. But only if you bring him some liquor. Don't forget, I have some here to sell, if you want.
And that's all I'd say. Sounds interesting. Thank you, innkeeper. Can I spend the night here?
Not a chance. Go back to where you came from, you wastrel. Take care for now.
Courage!
Show me your wares. Let's talk about the price.
Aye, I'm listening.
Is this enough?
That sounds really interesting. Lower it a little more, and I'll be satisfied. Finally! A reasonable sum. You'll be
Ladies and
satisfied.
women of
Hold
virtue,
up. Take care.
gather round and listen. I have to warn you about the greatest evil and danger on the...
Greetings. What do you need?
You may say that God created Adam and all men in his image. So they can't be all that bad. But that's just what they want you to think. They're the ones claiming it in scripture. Who knows what's really...
Listen, Prochak. Those Jeliovites are plotting something against you.
What? Bloody hell.
Old Olbram offered me some groschen to steal your maypole.
Damn it! That bitter old fool just won't give up. As if it wasn't enough that we fairly and honourably took theirs, and then fairly and honourably kicked their asses when they tried to take ours. It's a tradition. That's just how it goes. But for him to send some bloody outsider like that...
Hey, this bloody outsider just did you a favour and told you everything, though he didn't have to.
Aye, he did. I can clearly see he's an honest bloke, and we value honesty around here.
Thanks. I see the people from Takov are honest too.
That we are. Speaking of which, I reckon it would be fair to repay Olbram in kind. Let me know if you're interested. I came up with a nice little pastime that's sure to make Olbram shit himself.
So what should I do to the Jeliovites?
Listen up then. Old Olbram, the owner of the biggest plot of land in Zhelyov, has this beautiful bull. White as snow he is, the finest animal far and wide. Obviously, he's very proud of it. Very protective, too. Now you, will give his beautiful snow-white bull a nice new coat of paint. Olbram is going to lose his mind. Simple, right?
Painting a bull, eh? That sounds like fun.
Right. We just have to work out a few details. First, we have to get some paint. I don't reckon we'll be able to get any here in the village. But you can try and ask Bartoszek, the tailor in Trotskovitz. I hear he dyes his own fabric. And after that, We'll have to make sure the bull stays still while you're painting it. Try asking Radovan, the local blacksmith. I hear he can make some kind of sleeping potion. If you pour it in the bull's water trough, I'm sure it'll do the trick. But watch out. That beast is enormous. You'd better put at least 3 doses of the potion in there.
All right, then. Olbrum's bull will be getting a new coat of paint.
Olbrum's going to lose his mind. I can't wait. And remember, it's supposed to be a joke. If you get caught or something goes wrong, the whole thing will be ruined.
Right. So I need paint, sleeping potions, and to not get caught. What's new around here?
Nothing new. It's quiet here, fortunately.
Je vais voir ce que t'as à
Show
vendre.
me your wares.
Maybe next time then.
Christ, pardon me. What do you need?
Alors.
Greetings to you.
I need something that'll put animals to sleep. Project said you might know something.
Well, it's true. I used a concoction that will put even a startled mare to sleep in no time. I once accidentally drank some and slept for 3 days. But the recipe is an old blacksmith's secret. The kind you don't just give away.
Well, I don't want it just for the sake of it. I need to use it against the Zhelyov lot.
So, Project and Olbram are at it again. Blockheads, both of them. And the place was just getting really nice and quiet lately. Well, what the hell. Maybe if I help you out, they'll start trading punches sooner and get it all over with. Pay up, and I'll tell you the secret.
Thank you. Is this enough?
More.
Only because it's you.
Look, offer a bit more and we can make a deal. Aye, I could go for that. Listen up then. You take some poppy and thistle and boil them in oil. Then, after it cools off, you add a little herb Paris.
That doesn't sound too complicated. Thank you.
What can I do for you?
What do you have for sale?
Take care then. And thanks for...
I'm here then. You said in the alehouse that you could do with a helping hand at the forge, didn't you?
I could. My last 2 hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is piling up. Ah, what's your name? Henry?
That's right.
You said something in the tavern about being a blacksmith's son, didn't you?
Aye, that's me. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged swords for the nobility.
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of experience will come in very handy for me indeed. As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semine. A fine sword.
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out first. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith, should it?
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
Great. Find some iron and get started then.
Iron?
You can't make a sword out of butter, but if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my forge. Go over to the anvil and let's get started. Excuse me? Furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up bit by bit. Try poking it around for a bit. Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above you. Give it a pull. It works the bellows. Tell the temperature by the color, but you won't be able to tell when it's in the fire. You have to take it out from time to time and take a look. Try it out. See? That's exactly the straw color we want. You've got talent, lad. Now heat up the whole thing. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it. Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times. See the sparks? That's the sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other. So what then? If you can't handle it, I'll have you make nails instead. Henry, focus. Give it a try. Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things, including myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side. Nice. Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway. It's cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all part of the craft. Now, get back to the forge and heat it all up again, like before.
Putain, mais que c'est long par contre de faire ça là. Oh la vache.
Get a move on. I'd like to get some other things done today. Henry, stop gaping into the fire like a fortune teller and heat it up. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Hear that? Besides the sparks, you can tell a good strike by the sound it makes. Sparks! That's the stuff.
Allez, on retourne.
I know. Sorry. He's getting old and losing his wits.
Sparks!
Mind as good as
That's
dead.
the stuff.
When he takes fright, he nearly bites your hand off.
The ring you want.
I'll keep him a bit longer before I take him to the knackers. I don't want to wait for him to bite someone.
You serious? Poor dog.
Aye, he is. When he was little, he fit inside my hand.
The sparks are flying nicely.
We'll miss him when he's gone.
We should get another puppy. Everyone needs something to cheer them up.
See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a rhythm. When I hammer a piece to a beat, the work goes by easier. Sometimes I'll whistle to myself to keep the rhythm going. There you go. You've got it finished. All that's left is to temper it, and the sword will be done. The rest is just tweaking. Right. Let's have a look. Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
He'd certainly be happy to hear that.
If you carry on hammering as well as you did today, you've definitely got a job here. Even so, keep in mind, it's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same spot. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, you can't go wrong. Got that? Or is there something else you want to ask about?
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired so quickly, and the iron feels it.
How do I know a good strike from a bad one?
By the sparks that fly up, and by the ring. It rings out with a different sound when you do it right.
What's the right way to heat up the workpiece?
Do it till it turns the color of straw. Ideally, the color should be the same everywhere, if your forging's going to be even. The main thing is, don't work it cold. You just ruin it. But don't overheat it either. As soon as sparks start to fly off it in the furnace, take it out.
Allez, parfait.
How will I know it's finished?
Notice the shape. The closer you are to finishing, the more precise the shape it will have.
Thanks. That's all I need to know.
You can sleep in the chamber by the woodshed. And there's a chest where you can keep your things. And of course, you can use the forge anytime you want. Any questions?
Where can I get materials?
You can buy some essentials from me. But if you want to make a fancy sword with lots of ornamentation, you'll have to look elsewhere. This is just a village, you know. The locals ain't after luxury. And they can't afford it neither.
What now?
What do you think? You're not going to be idle. I'll find you some work to do right away. You're pretty good at swords, but what the locals really need is axes and horseshoes. Right. Here are some simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to look like. And some iron. You can get down to it right away.
Just like that? You aren't going to help me?
Sacre, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. I'm not going to look over your shoulder all bloody day. You take care of these smaller jobs. Forge away as long as you're able, and then sell it all. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again, I'll give you some more interesting work.
Et c'est où mon lit et mon coffre là?
God bless.
Comment ça se fait que j'ai tout ça là? C'est incroyable ça. Mais attends, mais comment ça se fait que j'ai déjà ça là? C'est incroyable. Ok. Ça c'est bon. Alors on va lire la carte. Ok, il y a un moulin. Ok. On va s'asseoir. On va lire les livres déjà. Ok. Maintenant, on va dormir et sauvegarder.
Excuse me?
Ok, bon, et ben on va quitter là, on va arrêter. Hein. Je vous dis à bientôt. Allez, ciao, ciao.